This is a lecture one of programming in C. I will share my screen and I will also include the computer sounds. So basically, C programming is a programming language that converts your C or sentences into hexadecimal codes, and finally it converts into a binary sequence which can executed on a transistor level into the computer. So we will understand these alien words as we progress in the class. So it's the oldest programming language, and its recent version are C++, C Sharp, and even Visual Studio Java are based on the C program itself. So C is a programming language that gives a computer a very specific commands. Now it was invented in 1972 and one of the oldest language to be used even today. So there are even older language than C, but they are not used anymore. Whereas C programming it's still being used. Now, one of the most widely used programming language in the world. So C has any influenced many other popular languages, especially C++. And why we are still using such a old programming language? And the main reason is why not something newer and easier to understand like Python? These are the few questions we are going to understand throughout the course. So basically, C program is what we call a base, like a starting point for any programmer, and it's easier to understand, but still includes all the programming concepts which are required. So let's start with the basic simple C structure. So C program can be divided as multiple parts, being easy to run and understand. The program written in C is very fast compared to any other languages which are even at higher level. So execution time. So C programs are efficient and fast. The most critical factor for using C over other language is that it requires less memory and you have internal RAM level access with the C programs, and then you can modify each and every bit into that particular RAM location. So that is a efficiency part of it. You unnecessarily don't load everything. For example, I will give you one example here. Let's say you want to move your TV from your one house to another house. Now you will like to have a tempo which is already empty, and so that you can load your TV easily into that tempo and take it away. Now imagine a situation instead of an empty tempo, you receive a tempo already filled with cupboards, washing machine, and all other things. Now in that case, you can still able to carry the TV, but it is not in the most efficient or the best way to transfer. Now the issue with the higher level programming languages like MATLAB, Python, they have all the libraries preloaded at the basic start point only, so that it is easier for user to use one of those libraries, but at the same time it will have a load which reduces its efficiency as well as changes the execution time. So you can imagine a blank tempo like your C program and totally filled tempo like your Java or Python or MATLAB. Now C is considered as close to the computer, meaning what we can write is precisely getting executed on the computer. So to understand the analogy, let's find out you want to buy a cake from a store. Okay. Now you tell that to your brother, I want a cake. He goes back to a shop. He drives 5 hours.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, a student is waiting to be accepted.
Uh, wait, let me check. Thank you for informing. So I was giving you the analogy. So basically, you told your brother that you want a cake. Huh? Now your brother went to maybe this famous shop 5 kilometers away, or even 5 hours long drive, and go to this special shop called Mongini's and get the best cake for you from that location. Now that is where optimization comes. So instead of doing that, if you say I want any cake, okay, available in the shop next maybe next lane, then that becomes a C program. So your Python program is like get cake. So there could be an most efficient way that it will find, and then it doesn't care about time, how much time. It gives you the best product. But at the same time, if you don't want the best product, you can use C program that can there you can mention that you don't want the best product, you want the fastest product. So this is an example where we can see the C programming is way better. So in C, you can tell your brother that get into the car, drive to the store around a block, then buy a cake that you see and drive back immediately, which might happen in 20 minutes. So this is the difference between the two programming languages. So it might not be the best case, but it is the faster and maybe the exact cake that you wanted. So this is the difference. I'm just giving analogy. C program has nothing to do with cakes, but C program are the fastest. At the same time, in some C program, you can write drive 5 hours, get the best cake for me from so and so shop. That also you can do. But there you will not do it just like saying get the cake. You have to write the entire sequence. And that's why C programs may be lengthy, but they are most efficient and time best in time. So you can see the best fitting different cats are trying to get into the box, and one of this combination is the best. So first thing is C program. So all the C programs are portable. That means programs can run on a different machine with no or very little modification. So you make your program and try to run it on another machine. It can easily run. So there is a question that is C a structure based language, and the answer could be true or false. So the correct answer is C is structure based language. Now, what is a structure based language? You cannot write random statements in C program. So if they say print is the command, you cannot make its R capital and still that word reads as a print, but it is not a standard command. So C has a fixed structure, and that's why you have to learn proper structure to write the C program. Now programs written in C are not portable. Again, you have two options like true or false, and here the correct answer would be false. The programs written in C are portable. Now, another main main applications where C program can be seen is where you double click on the files, you can execute them. So it makes exe files, executable files, which are also called as applications. And then you can see C programs used in games a lot. So these are some of the applications for desktop applications nowadays. Many of the higher languages are used, but in old days, the C programs were used for developing a desktop applications. They are used in developing the games, especially nowadays. Games are coming with like AR, augmented reality, virtual reality effects, and even very high resolution 3D content. All those have a backend programming of C. Then they are used to designing the operating system itself. So it is very likely that the operating system you are running on is written in C. They are used in designing of compilers. So let's say Java compiler is built on a C program. So even if you write a Java program, at the end of the day, its entire compilation operation is done in C. So This is what we see at the base level. C program is there. Now, how you write a C program? So first is writing a source code. That is the step one. So source code is nothing but you first select a desired project and open any text editing tool. Even your notepad will do to write a C program. Next step is compiling that source code. So what you do is once you write a source code, it is converted into a equivalent machine instructions, and then computer will try and understand that particular compilation. Third step is checking for the errors. So there is a chance that you make an error while writing a code. So this is the main difference between C program and Python or any other programming language, that many programming language execute just one statement at a time and they don't check for the errors at the beginning. But whereas in C program, your entire program is checked first. If it is okay with respect to syntax, then only it goes ahead. So next step will be linking. So if there are no errors, the code will be linked to the other files like libraries or any other dependencies. Now again, sometimes it is difficult to put code in one file. So computers need linking. If it is a single file, then there is no need to apply this step. And it is always preferred that you use the repeated function as a separate code instead of writing them again and again. Again, after linking, it goes for checking of the errors. Once the code is checked for all possible errors, then you can run the code. So finally, execution. So code is executed and desired output is generated. Now we have another question, that programs written in C language are efficient and fast. And answer we already know, it's true. C is a platform independent language. So for this, correct answer is false. C is platform dependent language. Now C is used to write embedded softwares like one in your mobile phone or one onto your washing machine and many other application. So the correct answer for this is true. Yes, C is used to write the embedded software. Now I have a very short movie that will explain whatever I have told you till this point. I hope I have shared the audio. In case you don't get an audio, just let me know. I will play this movie now.
You know what? A computer is a dumb machine. It needs to be instructed on how to perform a particular task, and we use a programming language such as Java, C, C++, Python, and many more to instruct the computer. C is one of the oldest languages, which was invented in 1972. But C is still used today, even though there are newer and easy to understand languages such as Python. C is used to create desktop applications and design operating systems. C is a structure-based programming language that helps us in dividing big programs into multiple parts, which are easy to write and understand. Have you ever wondered how the computer understands the C language? First, we write a code in C using a text editor tool. This is called a source file. This source file then goes into the compiler, where the compiler looks for any errors. If there are no errors, then the file is sent to a linker. Here, the functions of the code are identified, and the code is sent to the loader. The loader then gives the instruction to the computer.
So this was a very short summary of whatever I told till this point. Now we will start with the actual practical. First thing, you need to go to this, open any browser. You might be using Chrome, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge, and type this keyword called code blocks. Okay. So I want all of you to do all these things along with me. And if you are getting any error, I'll give you the time to ask the questions. So all of you, please start your browser, let's say Chrome or whatever I have with me. And then in the Google search bar, type code blocks. Okay. Once you do that, you have to click on the first thing that you see, codeblocks.org downloads button. So it will take you to this particular website. Okay, I will do that with you so that you can click on downloads and it will take you to this particular page. Okay, if you are in some front page and you don't see the same menu, click on this download pointer over here and you should land up on this particular page. Now you need to select something called as download binary release instead of downloading the source code. So you have to click on the download binary release and then it will take you to this particular web page. So let me try and do this with you. So once you click on download binary release, it will bring you to this particular block. Now FOSS is one of the trusted and good site to download from, but even SoundForge is also good. So you can choose a particular version of a code block. Now it depends on what version you choose, but currently I guess in the slides I have latest version of 20.03. So depending upon which operating system, please choose the correct operating system. If you are using Windows machine, select the first option. If you are on a Linux machine, select the second option. And if you are on an MacBook, select the Mac OS X. So choose the correct option and then download the code blocks. It will take you to this particular site. If you click on SourceForge and then download should automatically start. Okay. So the file size for me was 35.715 MB. I will stop recording till this point, and if you have any doubts, you can ask me.
So